A lot of people say that I'm smart, and I really like that.
In Australia, we pride ourselves on our sporting prowess, but our academic achievements are often overlooked.
In this country, sometimes it's just not cool to be smart. Whereas if you're really good at kicking a footy, you're scoring 50 points a game, everybody loves you.
In a series that celebrates intelligence and showcases the next smart generation,
I want to be an astrophysicist when I grow up.
He's always had a mind of his own.
Everyone has a mind of their own.
Yes, I know, thank you so much.
the search to find Australia's brightest child begins.
Excuse me, which way do I go off the stage?
After a nationwide search and a rigorous selection process,
The competition's fierce.
Perhaps the ethnic background has something to do with it.
Really?
Yeah, we're Asians, we're competitive.
16 are chosen to compete for the title of Child Genius 2019.
You study!
At the end of the day, it's a problem.
Overseen by Australian Mensa
I should have just forfeited.
I think I'll come first. I'm going to have a heart attack.
and led by Quizmaster Dr. Susan Carland.
No one has ever got that answer correct. In my head, I'm willing you guys to get the right answer. Perfect score, Karen!
Over 4 big days of competition
What's the capital of Japan? Tokyo. Correct.
and high drama,
Estonia.
Correct.
these exceptional children
78.
Good job.
and their parents
It's a situation we didn't want to find ourselves in.
will display their tenacity,
This changes everything.
brilliance
I believe in you.
and courage.
You're going to fight till the end.
But the Child Genius Trophy
All parents want their children to win.
only belongs to one.
Now, Justin! Justin, don't take something without your name on it. No. It's mine.
Four big days are ahead to find Australia's brightest child.
Zenith Studios, that's the one. Have you measured up the competition?
Definitely.
16 children and their families
Are you nervous? Yeah, a bit.
You're going to be great.
have arrived from all over Australia.
Where have you travelled from? I forgot. I don't-
WA.
From WA, okay, yeah.
The next 2 days of heats will determine who will progress to the semi-final.
Really? So exciting,
I'd love to see him do well on day one and for him to sort of see, oh, wow, you know what? I'm part of this. I can do this.
I have to be honest, I feel a little bit intimidated. But it's going to be an exciting experience.
I think the best thing really is him meeting his age, who have the same interests.
Doesn't have to hide his gift. He can just lay it all out, so to speak.
Be nerdy with it.
I've actually been using that quite a lot recently. It's called direct to your opening, apparently.
Today, the children face 2 tough rounds, spelling and memory recall.
It's not spelled as it sounds. Yeah, I figured.
By day's end, the 4 children with the lowest scores will be going home.
Hi!
Meeting the children for the first time, Quizmaster Dr. Susan Carland has some last-minute advice.
Can I give you a hint from last year?
Yes. Yes. please.
Anagrams was the thing that the kids found hardest of the whole competition. So if you can do well in anagrams, you will smash it. Okay. Some of the words not only have I not heard of, I don't know how to say. It's a really difficult round, and I am very glad that I'm sitting in my chair and not up on the podium. Are you ready?
I'm going to have a heart attack.
It's going to be great.
Good luck, miss. This is so exciting.
Stand by. Welcome to a brand new season of Child Genius, the competition to find Australia's brightest child. Let's have a huge round of applause for all the competitors.
I'm so scared.
16 bright minds are about to be put through their paces, and at the end of today, 4 of them will be leaving the competition.
Joining me for this first round is adjudicator Jane Allen from the International Quizzing Association and Teresa Wong, our Australian Mensa representative. Welcome to you both. It's great to have you here for our first round, spelling and anagrams.
In this challenging round, the children must attempt to spell 7 words and unscramble 3 anagrams for a maximum of 10 points.
Anagrams is one of the hardest rounds because it involves so many thinking processes. It's all about fluid intelligence as well as logical thinking. That's where a lot of the children might come undone.
OK, let's do this.
I'm so nervous right now.
Come on down to the podium, Justin. Welcome, Justin. You have 20 seconds for each of the 7 words. You can ask me for the definition, the etymology, or to hear the word in a sentence. For the anagrams, you'll have 90 seconds for all 3 words.
If I go down, I'm going to go down fighting. Not just for me, but for my family as well.
Justin lives with his Assyrian parents and 3 sisters in outer Western Sydney.
Hello. My mum's a stay-at-home mum and my dad's a truck driver. Most of the time he's away driving a truck, trying to earn us all for a living.
Race you.
Don't run, just... All what I done, what I do, what I'm gonna do, it's all for him, you know?
Thank you, Dad.
I love you so much, Justin.
I love you more.
You love trucks?
No.
Why?
Well, he doesn't really expect me to be a truck driver either, so... When I grow up, I want to be a judge because I'm just, like, really interested in those kinds of things, like law and order.
You're gonna win the competition before you're gonna be a judge?
Yeah,
I hope so.
Justin, your first word is arboreal.
A-R-B-O-R-E-A-L.
Correct. Xylophagus.
X-I.
Incorrect, I'm afraid. X-Y-L-O-P-H-A-G-O-U-S. Ratatouille.
R-A-T-A-T-O-U-I-L-L-E.
Correct. Perspicacious.
P-E-R-S-P-I-C-A-C-I-O-U-S.
Correct. 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 All right, Justin, ready to move on to anagrams?
Yep.
Your first word will appear on the screen now.
Concatenation.
Correct.
What?
Next word's on the screen now.
Malfeasance.
Correct.
A score of 7 out of a possible 10 points impresses everyone.
Most impressive. Very good. Especially the anagrams.
Always I'm proud of Justin, always. It's good.
Well, they've worked so hard to put me up here, and I'm not about to let them down.
Today's first competitor is a tough act to follow.
You tell me you don't get nervous. No, I don't get nervous.
But Karen doesn't scare easily.
Come on down to the podium, Karen.
And excels in just about anything she takes on.
She playing tennis. She playing basketball, swimming, karate, piano, and now she's in school adding the flute.
I like winning and competing.
Originally from Egypt, Karen lives with her mum, dad and little brother in Wagga, in regional New South Wales.
First point for boys.
I'm the mini version of my mum.
I see myself in her, but she is a better version of me. At her age, I was confident, I was stubborn. I think that's a good thing. Karen has the passion to do her best in everything. She is always seeking to go further.
All my friends think I'm competitive. I beat them because it's fun and to prove who's the best.
Who's the best?
Me. I'm the best.
Welcome, Karen. I hear that this year you want to win it for the girls. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Have you noticed we've got an all-female panel here?
Yes, I have.
So it could be your year. Karen, your first word is abomasum.
Can I get the etymology?
From Latin for away from and tripe of a bullock.
ABOMASUM.
Correct.
Her confidence making her calm to go through the competition. Sometimes I might be more nervous than her.
Deuteragonist.
DEUTER AGONIST.
Correct.
ABULATION.
Correct, 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 correct.
Karen spells 6 out of the 7 words correctly. Now, she must unscramble 2 of her anagrams to overtake Justin on the leaderboard.
Your first word will appear on the screen now.
Paraphernalia.
Good guess. The word we were looking for was peripheral.
She thinks she will make it through. I hope she will make it through.
Pass?
Yeah.
But with her overconfidence, she can make silly mistakes.
Time's up, I'm afraid. Charcuterie was the word we were looking for. You scored 6 points. Well done, Karen.
I didn't get any of my anagrams. It was one that I knew, so I was a bit annoyed at myself.
I'm happy with the score she got, but I think she could do better than that.
I knew the last one, I just didn't say it.
Karen has high hopes in this competition.
PHEDON.
Correct.
But it's clear the competition is going to be fierce.
She can spell most of the words that I just can't even pronounce.
Electroencephalograph.
ELECTROENCEPHALOGRAPH.
Correct.
Wow. Oh my God!
Well done, Aiden. You scored 6 points. Please come down to the podium, Zachary.
8-year-old Zachary is the youngest in the competition.
Welcome, Zachary. It's a bit of a family affair for you today, isn't it? You've got your sister in the competition, I hear.
Yeah.
Zachary and his 10-year-old sister, Sienna, asked their mum, Alana, to enter them both in the competition.
To have both Sienna and Zachary get through to the actual competition, it's a bit mind-blowing.
Do you like spelling?
Well, I'm more of a math and science person, but yeah, I do like spelling. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
My number 1 favourite subject is science. Because I really want to be an astrophysicist.
I don't even know what that entails, but apparently he does.
Press play for me.
An astrophysicist plans missions to other planets. I want to discover the moon.
Zachary lives in Western Sydney with his sister Sienna and 4 brothers.
I had 6 kids in 7 years. My family is very big, very loud, and it's chaotic 24 hours a day.
Play together nicely, guys. Well, I like having a sister, but having 4 brothers, that's a nightmare.
Zach's not really like the other kids. He would prefer to read somewhere quietly while the other kids bounce on the trampoline or play games.
Ooh, a bit orange.
Zachary's always been above the rest of the kids.
He's always had a mind of his own. Once he's got his mind to it.
Everyone has a mind of their own.
Yes, I know, thank you, Zach.
Zachary taught himself to read, and then he taught his brother to read as well.
That's a bonus of having a bright child, I guess.
Woody, are you not hungry? I want to take my guinea pigs to the moon, especially this one. The guinea pig suits would be so small. It'd be adorable. My little guinea physicist.
This budding astrophysicist may be over the moon about space, but will his young age be a barrier to success in the competition?
All right, Zachary, your first word is baccalaureate. Oh, so close. B-A-C-C-A-L-A-U-R-E-A-T-E.
My weakness would probably be spelling in the competition. But I would be superior in math, science and history. Math, science, history. I love that phone.
Philanthropic.
Could you please tell me the etymology?
From Greek for humanity, benevolence, kindliness.
P-H-I-L-I-P.
Incorrect, I'm afraid. P-H-I-L-A-N-T-H-R-O-P-I-C.
Even though he's very bright for his age, I do worry that he's going to get very nervous in front of everyone.
P-A-R-P-O-P-R-O.
Incorrect, I'm afraid. We have to take your first attempt. And your last spelling word, Zachary, is xylograph.
X-Y-L-O-G-R-A-P-H.
Correct.
With only one correct answer so far, anagrams are Zachary's last chance of improving his score
I'm not very sure.
Okay, it was forbearance.
and lifting himself out of danger.
I do not know.
The word we were looking for was reconnaissance. Well done, Zachary, you scored 1 point.
Unfortunately, I think Zach's lost a bit of confidence in himself. Yeah, he's feeling a bit down in the dumps, so hopefully he can make a comeback, but who knows. I just wanted to go and give him a big hug in that moment.
As the round progresses, it's clear the anagrams are the main stumbling block for many.
Pass. No. And a triptych? No, pass.
Justin is the only competitor so far to get any right.
The anagrams are hard.
9-year-old Jamie is up for the challenge.
Welcome, Jamie.
Hello.
What is happening on your T-shirt? What's that all about?
Pie. I am Pie Man.
The self-titled Pie Man's best subject is maths. But that's not until day 2.
Perpetual. That's not hard. P-E-R-P-E-T-U-A-L. I asked my mom if I could go in the competition. It was just a joke, but she actually agreed.
The second youngest in the competition, Chinese-born Jamie has an IQ in the top 1% of the population.
When I grow up, I would like to be a mathematician or maybe a scientist or maybe a train driver because I love trains. Train! Airport stations. First stop, East Hills, then Panania, Reevesby, Moline Creek, International Airport.
Every Sunday, we usually will have a train trip. It doesn't matter where we're going.
I like how the train stops at the station.
Jamie lives in Sydney with his mum, dad and little brother. And the whole family is helping Jamie prepare for his time in the competition.
What's the capital of Japan? Tokyo. Correct. Next one.
Jamie is a very kind and happy boy, and he's very warm-hearted. His strongest subject for child juniors definitely is math.
Yeah, I would say the same.
140, 139, 138, 139.
He likes to counting things when it's not really necessary.
127, 126.
So sometimes it can be a bit annoying as well.
27, 30. I'm really good at math, but I'm not really good at spelling, so I'll just have my best go.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Your first word is rhabdomancy.
R-A-B.
Incorrect, I'm afraid. So close. R-H-A-B-D-O-M-A-N-C-Y.
Jamie's strength is math, which is in day 2, so we really want him to make it through today. You know, just don't be limited, so hopefully he can do something tomorrow better.
Jamie isn't finished yet.
Abeyance.
A-B-E-Y-A-N-C-E.
Correct. Urushiol.
U-R-U-S-H-I-O-L.
Correct, correct, correct.
With 6 points so far, Jamie is doing better than expected. But he still has the dreaded anagrams to come.
Remember, 90 seconds, 3 words to unscramble, and the first word will be on your screen now.
Wherewithal.
Correct. Next word will be on the screen now.
Isochloric.
Correct.
Maths-obsessed Jamie has surprised everyone, including himself, with such a good score.
He's already on 8. Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Your next word is on the screen now. You've got 40 seconds if you want to have a try.
Jamie is definitely a competition. Oh, yeah. Maybe just a spelling. I don't.
Don't know? It was geostrophic.
8.
Well done, Jamie. 8 points.
A score of 8 points puts Jamie first on the leaderboard.
Jamie, that was incredible.
We both feel very surprised.
Yeah, we're really worried about Jamie. We're just praying.
It's the first of 4 big days of competition to find Australia's brightest child.
Please welcome to the stage, Sebastian.
In an event that celebrates academic achievement, 16 children are vying for the title of Child Genius 2019.
So happy.
At the end of today's 2 rounds, 4 will be going home.
Welcome, Sebastian. How are you feeling?
10% excited, 1% nervous, and 89% hungry.
I'm nervous for Sebastian because I think he doesn't realise the level of intellect that everybody else has. They intimidate me.
Your first word is crevasse.
C-R-E-V-A-S-S-E.
Correct.
Chasing a maximum of 10 points, each child has 7 complex words to spell.
Xiphophilus, hendecasyllabic, vicissitudinous.
May I please have the definition?
And 3 anagrams to unscramble.
Pentagram, I don't know.
So far, Jamie is the one to beat, at the top of the leaderboard with 8 points, closely followed by Justin on 7. While Zachary, the youngest in the competition, still sits at the bottom with 1 point. His 10-year-old sister, Sienna, was also selected to compete in Child Genius.
It's a very good achievement for both of us to be in the competition. Very proud of each other. I love you. I know the word, I just forgot how to say it.
Well, have a go.
Tip of my tongue. Mnemonic.
Correct.
But after only scoring 3 points, Sienna joined Zachary in the bottom 4.
I don't think it was what they were hoping for, but what can you do? You comfort them and tell them that you love them. That's all you can do.
For all the competitors, the anagrams are still proving the biggest hurdle.
Reasonance.
Sorry, I don't know. Pass.
Parentism was the last word.
The next competitor to face the scary buzzer today is 12-year-old Callum.
We've studied a lot, worked pretty hard, and now it's just a matter of me doing my very best on stage.
I'm the nervous one, so I didn't get much sleep last night.
On a small acreage on the outskirts of Perth, Callum seems like a typical 12-year-old.
Everything on my body grows really quickly, like my hair, my toenails, and my metabolism is enormously fast. I cannot overstate this. 2 hours after a giant meal, I'm hungry.
Ed and Callum.
But his dad, Edward, knows there is nothing typical about Callum. That's why he entered his son in Child Genius.
I'm a very competitive person.
Which country
has the westernmost point of mainland Europe?
When I was younger, I entered maths competitions, spelling competitions. I always wanted to win. I still want to win. We play games, I still want to win. Portugal? Yeah, that's
that
fine.
your
If it's
answer?
correct, that's my answer. You know, I don't throw tantrums anymore. No, really, I don't. Callum is not quite as competitive.
I can't. I don't do animals. Dad can get it if he wants. Some days I wish I could be a bit more competitive. That way I'll have more drive, more motivation. But when I first tried being competitive, that didn't really work out for me because I fell down harder than I'd ever had before, and it was very upsetting.
It's typical with gifted kids. He's quick to show emotion and he'll display emotion often.
Callum's parents had his IQ tested at 7 and discovered their son was in the top 1% of the population.
Callum has always known he's gifted. We've always used that term, but he never holds himself out there as being better than anyone else. He just knows he thinks differently.
2,606 plus 34.99. I can be disappointed sometimes if Callum does not perform to his full potential.
I'm sorry, but I don't know because I can't remember the numbers.
Okay, 2,606.
Yep.
Plus 3,499. I'd be super proud if he made it all the way to the end. Not just for myself, but for himself as well. We've got a little bit more time to get it right.
Yeah.
Callum's dad, Edward, is here on his own. Mum, Kylie, will arrive all the way from Perth for day 2 of the competition if Callum makes it through.
I'm nervous as hell. He's got a huge IQ, he's got all the capabilities in the world. It's whether we manage to get it all in there is what it's like, come on, kid.
Callum, your first word is curvilinear.
Okay. C-U-R-V-I-L-I-N-E-A-R.
Correct. Your next word is concessionaire.
C-O-N. C?
It's just one C, I'm afraid.
Sorry, I'm quite nervous.
That's okay, you're allowed to be nervous.
I don't think it's going to happen, but only if he, for example, makes a mistake on stage and he dwells on it. That's my only concern. It might tense up a bit. As long as he can move on, forget about what's happened, then he'll be fine.
C-H-O-G-N. I-E.
Callum has only given 2 correct answers, and with only the anagrams left, the opportunity to avoid the bottom 4 is fading.
It's kind of unfortunate that spelling came up in round 1 because I knew it would knock him about if he didn't go as well as he thought he would.
Your first word will appear on your screen now.
Adumbrate?
Correct. Your last word will appear on the screen now. Five seconds.
Jerusalem.
Good guess. Nomenclature was what we were looking for. Well done, you scored 3 points.
His score of 3 has put Callum among the lowest on the leaderboard.
Amazing effort, man. Amazing effort.
His score should have been higher, it wasn't. Below what he is capable of, so I was quite disappointed with that, to be fair, because there are words there that he did actually know and he just blew them on stage.
With 4 going home, Callum will have to make a huge effort in the memory round to stay in the competition. There's 1 child left to compete in the spelling round.
Please come down to the podium, Harlan.
10-year-old Harlan convinced Mum Melissa and Dad Andrew to enter him into the competition.
Hi, Harlan.
Hi.
Welcome.
I just said to Andy a minute earlier,
There's no way he's going to keep still on stage. Sure enough, 2 seconds in, he starts flossing.
I pretty much have an attention span of a pea, sorry.
10-year-old Harlan is a boy with a brilliant mind of his own.
Sometimes this comes down, and now I look like a proper astronaut.
He was actually diagnosed on the spectrum at a very young age.
Well, I like following the rules, but sometimes I just like going on my own path.
He knows he has autism. He also knows probably a little bit of that has a lot to do with his high-functioning skills.
This is my solar system model.
I had no idea about the solar system until he taught me.
Twice in a Pluto year, Pluto switches places with Neptune, so in that time, Pluto would be the 8th planet and Neptune the 9th.
He was counting to 200 when he started preschool, so he started about 2.5 years old. I thought it was normal for kids to be counting that high. It wasn't until he started preschool that I actually realised he was quite advanced. Initially, we had issues, obviously not academically, but socially, social skills and learning to relate to other children his own age.
Up here, she's the king of her world. I shall bow down to her.
But he's come so far.
Yeah, I have quite a few friends. I'd say I have about 12 at the minimum. They're all pretty smart. He's a bit kind of shy. Oh my God.
Are you ready to start?
I don't know. I'm maybe ready.
All right. Your first word is proprietary.
Can I please have the word in a sentence?
That application is proprietary software and cannot be copied.
Proprietary.
Correct. Your next word is Bungara.
Bungarra.
Correct.
He just takes it in his stride, and I think he flies under the radar a little bit because, I mean, he doesn't necessarily look like your typical genius child.
Ammoniferous.
Ammonitiferious.
Correct.
I guess he can be not taken seriously, but he gets up on stage and that question comes and bang.
Straight out.
Diphyodont.
Correct. Correct. Phosphorescence.
FOS.
Incorrect, I'm afraid. Phosphorescence.
I got close.
You got really close.
With 6 words out of 7, Harlan is off to a brilliant start.
You ready to move on to anagrams?
I hope so.
All right. Your first word will appear on the screen now.
Anti-scorbutic.
Correct. Well done, Harlan. You scored 7 points.
With a healthy score of 7, Harlan joins Justin in 2nd place on the leaderboard.
Everyone, group hug. You too, Dad.
While the top 3 go into round 2 with a distinct advantage, those at the bottom still have a lot of work to do.
I was hoping for a few more points. Spelling is not his thing. It's his kryptonite, the flesh wound, but we intend to make that up on the memory round.
It's day 1 of 4 big days of competition to find the nation's brightest child. Of the 16 children battling it out for the title of Child Genius, only the top 12 will progress to the 2nd day of heats to determine who will make it to the semi-final.
They're doing so well.
And all the talk is about the results of today's first round.
Hey guys, Karen said that
girls will win, but really, the top 3 people, me, you and Justin, were all boys.
All of these kids are particularly competitive. That's why they're in this competition.
I think the main threats would be Justin, Jamie I'm worried about, and possibly...
Spelling round, 9-year-old Jamie is on top with 8 points.
I didn't even know how I would get any anagrams correct.
But siblings Sienna and Zachary sit at the bottom of the leaderboard, with the 10-year-old on 3 points and her 8-year-old brother on 1.
Yeah, hopefully I do better in memory and look at just get 1. Memory? No way.
Who do you think's going to be leaving today?
This afternoon's demanding memory round is an opportunity for those in the bottom 4 to climb back up the leaderboard.
And if you know the answer, be nice and confident.
According to Mensa, the High IQ Society, a good memory performance can be one of the markers of high intelligence.
It's not just remembering something, they will have to draw on all their capabilities. Memory, fluid intelligence, and just concentration.
Whatever happens, happens, okay?
Okay. Yes. Bye. Bye, Dad.
The children have 1 hour to memorise more than 200 facts about Australians of the year since 1960. Each competitor will be asked 12 questions. Points from their spelling round will be added to their memory round score. The 4 with the lowest scores at the end of the day will be knocked out of the competition.
Welcome back. It's time for round 2. Joining us on the panel is Taj Pabari, the 2017 Queensland Young Australian of the Year. Welcome, Taj.
Thank you. It's going to be a tough competition. There's some amazing kids, some amazing young change makers who will no doubt one day shape the future of this country. And I can't wait to see how they go in the competition.
First for today's memory round is 12-year-old Callum. He desperately wants to stay in the competition because his mum is flying in for day 2.
After all the effort she's put in, I might as well win for her.
Callum experiences everything on a deeper level. It's typical with gifted kids. Every feeling they have is multiplied. When he is sad, he is incredibly sad.
Let's welcome to the podium Callum.
But when he's happy, he's incredibly happy. He's ecstatic.
With just 3 points coming into this round, Callum is fighting for his place in the competition.
How are you feeling? You were nervous in the first round, you told me. Do you feel a bit less nervous now?
No, now I want to hide behind this podium.
Just stay there just for the next 3 minutes and then you can hide, OK?
Callum didn't do so well in the spelling round. It does make things quite scary because you know that Callum has to really pull his finger out to get through.
Callum, your first question is, who was awarded the Australian of the Year for 1981?
John Crawford.
Correct. Name the recipient of the 1960 Australian of the Year.
Frank McFarland Burnett.
Correct.
1968.
Correct.
We did not come here to go home after day 1.
Steve Waugh was awarded the Australian of the Year for what year?
2004.
Correct.
It's always our intention to do our very, very best and continue on.
From which states or territories were Nova Peris and Drisana Levitsky-Gray nominated?
Victoria and WA.
Incorrect, I'm afraid. Nova Peris was from the Northern Territory and Drisana was from Western Australia.
Nothing prepares you for sitting in the theatre helpless.
Pass.
There's a little mini-me up there and all you get to do is watch and go crazy.
Louisa O'Donoghue.
Correct.
Seekers.
Correct.
Kathy Freeman.
Correct.
John Cornforth.
Correct. Well done, Callum, 8 points.
Even though Callum scored an impressive 8 points, his low score of 3 in the spelling round gives him a total of 11 and puts him in danger of elimination.
It's very, very hard for a parent to see, in my case, my son not hit the potential that you know he has.
Yep.
And then you're just sitting and waiting for how much people are going to score, and it's very, very hard.
Callum's fate now rests in the hands of the remaining memory round competitors.
Excuse me, which way do I go off the stage?
And they will fight for every point.
This is nerve-wracking.
Michelle Yvonne Simmons was awarded the Australian of the Year award for what year?
2018.
Correct. Well done, Harlan. 9 points.
It felt like I've been carrying the world, and now I just feel like everything's been lifted off except for an ant or two.
Yes!
Joan Sutherland.
Correct.
Mark Ella.
Correct.
I got 11 out of 12 points, so now my total adds up to 17, which is pretty exciting.
1964.
Correct.
Patrick Rafter.
Correct.
Julie Sochaki.
Correct. 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 Jamie, well done. 10 points. Congratulations.
I thought I would be first, but then someone else who was very, very good at it as well, he also got 18, so...
12 out of 12, Mahesh. Well done.
He's your brother. Look up to him.
This is really getting interesting.
With such big scores rolling in, Callum's chances of staying out of the bottom 4 are dwindling.
Seeing much higher scores come in is very, very hard to see, because then you know that he's very close to the bottom of the leaderboard, which is where you want to stay away from. We may not be there the next day.
Let's have a very warm welcome for Aiden. Welcome back, Aiden.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Nervous.
Do you like memory competitions?
I prefer spelling.
10-year-old Aiden scored a respectable 6 points in round 1, but with such tough competition at the top of the leaderboard, the pressure is on.
A lot of people say that I'm smart, and I really like that. So all these radioactive ones are pretty much all named after places or people.
Aiden was entered into the competition by his mum, Cecilia.
I am a competitive person. Perhaps the ethnic background has something to do with it.
Really?
Yeah, we're Asians, we're competitive.
A member of Mensa, Aiden has an IQ in the top 1/4% of the population.
Doing really well. Come on, one more time.
And Cecilia wants Aiden to reach his potential.
I think he knows he's quite capable, but I feel that I need to push Aiden the boundary a little bit, because otherwise he can get complacent. Do a bit more dynamics here, and this is empty, then go down to P.
Slave driver.
If you don't have a piece of paper, Aiden, how would you do it?
Tiger mum. Maybe.
I don't think I'm a tiger mum.
No, we both push Aiden pretty hard.
Aiden, few careless mistakes, yeah? You do 139 plus 21 is 160.
Oh.
You missed that step, yeah? We know he's got so much potential, and we want him to reach his potential.
Oh yeah, pneumonia ultramicroscopic silicovolcanosis.
It'd be a shame if he just took all this giftedness and wasted it. For a long time, Aiden found school quite boring. He wasn't given enough challenges.
Got my science dictionary. It's quite big.
I think Child Genius would be great for Aiden. Chance to find his new tribe, his new community.
Things there called cumulonimbus. They're the storm clouds.
It's a chance for Aiden to be himself and celebrate what he's capable of.
Are you ready, Aiden? Your first question. Which Young Australian of the Year award winner is the brains behind Adelaide-based couture label Palo Sebastian?
Paul Vasilev.
Correct.
Brendan Borrellini.
Correct.
I don't know.
It was Ray Rowe.
He hasn't really studied as much as I liked him to study or think he should be studying to be well prepared.
Pass.
World champion boxer.
I expect a lot from myself and from him, simply because I kind of can see what he can do, like what his potentials are. Hopefully it will last longer than day one.
Shane Gould.
Correct.
1979.
Correct. Last question. From which states or territories were Ita Buttrose and Edward Weary Dunlop nominated? That's okay, you can still answer the question.
New South Wales.
Ita Buttrose was New South Wales, Edward Weary Dunlop was Victoria.
Oh.
Well done, Aiden, 6 points.
Well done, Aiden.
You did really well, Aiden. I could see that you were very nervous, but it's all right.
He's beaten Callum.
With only 4 children left to compete, possible elimination starts to sink in for Callum.
I'm happy with what I got. Yeah, I'm happy. It's okay, Callum.
Callum is especially upset because his mum and sister are flying in for day 2, and he might be out of the competition.
I don't want to fail them, and this is my best shot at doing that, so fingers crossed.
Thank you.
At the end of today's gruelling heats, 4 children will be going home, and the pressure is building.
Welcome back, Karen. Which Australian of the Year is one of the world's top scientists who aims to build a quantum computer able to solve problems in minutes that would otherwise take thousands of years?
Michelle Yvonne Simmons.
Correct. 10 points, Karen. Well done. Congratulations.
In today's heat, the 4 competitors with the lowest scores will be going home. The leading competitors have set the bar high. Jamie and Mahesh are equal on top of the leaderboard with a score of 18.
You know you have a chance of winning, right?
But Callum is in the bottom 4 with 11 points, and he's struggling with the prospect of leaving.
I haven't got a good enough score to be assured that I can get in. The chances are pretty slim at the moment.
And Callum's not the only one in danger.
Yeah, I can't even reach that.
Let's welcome to the podium, Zachary.
After only scoring 1 point in round 1, 8-year-old Zachary, the youngest in the competition, needs a perfect score to avoid going home.
Name the recipient of the Australian of the Year award for 1967.
Johnny Cleese?
Good guess, it was the Seekers.
Even though Zachary might know the answer, I worry that the moment might overtake everything. It might shake his confidence.
Australian of the Year, Dr. Fiona Wood, was awarded for which year?
1970?
2005.
Astronomer? 1998?
1963. Who of these was awarded first? Lionel Rose, Ray Rowe, or Mandaway Yunupingu?
Lionel Rose?
Correct. Good effort, Zachary. That was 1 point for that round. Well done.
With a total of 2 points, it's the end of the competition for Zachary.
You right? Yeah. Just a bit disappointed. Yeah. Yeah.
His sister Sienna is also going home after scoring a total of 4 points.
Well, I'm definitely out, but I do still want to be an astrophysicist. I'll never give up on being an astrophysicist.
After Callum's earlier upset, he realises that he didn't do so badly after all.
For that second, I thought I was done and it was all about me. I'm sitting here wallowing in my own sorrows, not thinking about anyone else, and that's not really fair.
I think Zachary, Sienna and Ashwarya are out.
Callum still remains in the bottom 4. He can only be saved if today's last competitor gets a total score lower than 11. Alex scored 5 points in the spelling round. He needs at least 7 to beat Callum.
Let's have a very warm welcome for Alex.
The 11-year-old entered himself in the competition.
I do want to win because I like the big trophy and it would look good in my house.
Alex entered Child Genius competition because it is a competition. Anything with competition in name would naturally attract Alex.
Alex lives in northwestern Sydney with his Chinese-born parents. Mum, Grace, is a professor of law and Dad, Rock, is a consultant.
He's a confident kid. Sometimes we think he's overconfident.
I always win, don't I?
But you know, sometimes a mom will try not to destroy the confidence of the son.
It's good and bad. He can perform well even under the pressure. Be careful, Alex. But when he thinks he's very good, he may not prepare it very well or didn't do his best. You know it's gonna be a tough game though, do you know?
Yes, I do.
And you really prepared?
I think so.
Remember, you have 3 minutes to answer as many questions as you can to a maximum of 12 questions. All right, Alex, your first question. Name the Australian of the Year that completed the first solo helicopter flight around the world. Correct. Name the young Australian of the Year who at the age of 16 spent 210 days sailing solo, non-stop.
Jessica Watson?
Yes, correct.
This competition is tough competition, that's for sure. I don't know how far he can go, but I hope he can do his best.
Nova Paris?
Correct.
Mandaya Yanapingu?
Correct.
Alex is off to a strong start. He needs only 3 more correct answers to overtake Callum.
In what field of endeavour did Loicha O'Donoghue earn her award?
She was a deaf advocate?
Aboriginal leader. John Cornforth was awarded Australian of the Year for which year?
Seven?
So close, 1975.
After a promising start, Alex is running out of time to avoid elimination.
Of the following, which was the first to be awarded an Australian of the Year honour? Danzel Baker, Mark Donaldson or Kathy Freeman?
Mark Donaldson.
That's your time's up, and the answer, unfortunately, was Kathy Freeman. Well done, Alex. You scored 4 points. Congratulations.
A total of 9 points means Alex is out of the competition. But it's good news for Callum.
We're in.
He's about to find out that he's safe.
What'd you get? 4.
You're in to the next round, Callum. Good job, Callum.
I mean, yeah, I guess I am through.
And he gets to see his mum on day 2.
Awesome. It was looking like he was going home for a while there. I think a little bit of wee came out in there. But no, I'm super proud that he did the work to get him past.
Well done, well done.
Well done.
I'm the highest scoring girl.
After a big day of pressure, the competition to find Australia's brightest child now has its top 12.
I'm proud of you. It's been amazing to see that there are kids like him out there.
Mummy, it's time. Mummy.
The focus now is on what's ahead.
Tomorrow I don't have to worry at all because I'm really good at math and math is the subject tomorrow.
Oh, the adventure's just begun.
Just begun.
Next time.
Is there anything you love more than maths?
Mummy.
Okay. Right answer. Right answer.
As the battle to stay in the competition intensifies,
King of clubs.
No one has ever got that answer correct.
The stakes suddenly get higher.
I just want to get to at least day 3.
You're going to fight till the end.
This changes everything.
And not just for the children.
I'm sweating.
Yay.